Greetings everyone. This is a video demonstration of the KIE 1008 Programming 2 assignment, the Smart Library Management System, brought to you by our group from OCC1, consisting of Chung Sen Kai, myself, Jordan Zachary Fong, Ong Tao Jing, and Lim Jun Kiet. Our matrix numbers are displayed on the screen now. To start off, let's log in as a librarian. Librarians are for managing books and users in the system. And that one will be logging in as user number one. So let's enter admin as the librarian's unique ID. And this menu shows all the possible actions a librarian can perform. We have adding books, we have removing books, we can display books, we can add users, remove users, and display all the users. So let's start off with action number 3, which is to display all the books that we have in our library system. And as you can see here, there are several books that are available. Harry Potter 1, 2, 3, all the way through 7. We have Lord of the Rings, Microelectronics, Percy Jackson, and Learn English. We also have their authors, genres, due dates, and whether or not they were borrowed. And this borrow ID, we'll look at it later. But for now, we have 11 books, and this is the display menu. And as librarians, we can also add books, which is action number 1. So let's try that. Let's say we want to add a new book. We call it Learn Bahasa Melayu. And then the author, maybe we put it as the Dewan Bahasa dan Pustaka, DBP. And then its genre, maybe languages. And it says here that the book has been added successfully. So if we check the display menu once again, you can see that's been added here. Learn Bahasa Melayu by DBP under languages, and its due date here. Now, as librarians, we can also remove books. So let's do action number 2. Remove the book. So since we've just added Learn Bahasa Melayu, let's also remove that to demonstrate. Book has been removed. So if we display all the books once again, see there's 10, 11, 12 right now. If we display the books, there's just 11. So it shows that the book has been removed. Now we can also add, remove, and display all users. So maybe let's start off with action 6 to display all the users. So there are, okay, the admin, this one would be the librarian. There's Sen Kai with this ID, this email, and this role. And then there are a few other members and one more librarian. So let's say we want to add a new user. Choice, let's say it's a member. Oh, sorry. We just type in 1 to add a member. And then the ID, let's say it's 240061130. The name, I'll put my own name, Jordan. And email, jordanfong@gmail.com. So it says here that the member has been added and registered successfully. So if we display all users once again, you can see that my ID is here, my name is here, my email is here, and my role is the member. Let's also demonstrate removing users. So that's action 5. And to enter the user ID that we want to remove. And it says user has been removed. So let's check that once again. That's action 6 to display. And my name is gone. So it shows that my username has been removed. Now let's log out as a librarian to demonstrate other features of this smart library management system. Let's log in as a member, so that is number 2. And let's say we want to check according to this list here. Maybe we can go for member 8. So his ID would be 1. And as a member, we can choose multiple actions. We can search books, borrow books, return books, view borrowed books currently, and view history. Okay, so let's first search for books from that menu list just now. There are a lot of Harry Potter books, so let's search Harry Potter, and this would work. It'll just display every single book with this name, Harry Potter. So we can see, okay, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling. It's genre fiction, and its status is borrowed. And whoever borrowed it is overdue, as today is the 22nd of January already. So we will be demonstrating the fining process later on. There's also books 1 through 7. So let's see book number 3, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Also borrowed, but not yet due. So we'll also be demonstrating what happens when you return a book that's not overdue, which is nothing because it's not overdue yet. So let's say me as member A would like to borrow a book. So I'll type in action number 2, borrow book. Let's go with Harry Potter again. And from this list here, let's say I want to borrow a book with the ID of 4, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. So it says here, book has been borrowed successfully. Now what happens if I want to borrow a book that is currently being borrowed? So let's say book number 3. So first let's enter action number 2, borrow book, Harry Potter. And I want to borrow book number 3, which is already being borrowed right now, 3. And it says here, book is currently unavailable because it's being borrowed. So do I want to reserve it? Type in a yes or no, sorry, Y or N. So let's say I want to reserve it, and it's Y. You have been added to the reservation queue. Now, what if we were to borrow a book that does not even exist? So let's try action number 2 again. And just type in anything to search first, Harry Potter. And our list of books just now, we had 11 books. So if let's say we wanted to enter a book ID that does not exist, 13 maybe. It says here, error, book does not exist. What if we were to search for a book that doesn't exist? So borrow book again. We already removed learn BM, so let's do learn BM. So no matching books found. Now, before I demonstrate action 3, I think I should demonstrate action number 4, which is to view borrowed books. So currently, member A is borrowing 2 books, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, as well as the book that we just borrowed just now, which is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. And I borrowed 2 books. One is already overdue, and one is not yet overdue. So let's demonstrate next the return book function. So that's action number 3. And I want to return book number 1. Its ID is 1. And it says here that the book is overdue by 4 days, as there are 4 complete days that I have forgotten to return the book. And the fine rate is 50 cents per 24 hours. So that would be 2 ringgit total. And after paying the fine, then the book has been returned successfully. So if I go back to see my borrowed books again, action number 4, I can see that, oh, I only have 1 book left because I've already returned the other book. Now, what if I want to return this book as well, which is not yet overdue? So that would be choice number 3, once again, action number 3. And then I want to return book with ID number 4. Returned on time and no fine, so the book has been returned successfully. Now, what if we were to return books that weren't borrowed? So that's choice number 3, return books. Currently, I'm borrowing book number 1 and 2 as member A. So what if I were to return book number 3, for example? It says here, error, you did not borrow this book, which has ID 3. Now, what if I were to check my borrowed books once again? Action number 4. It says here, you currently have no borrowed books. Now, let's see the books that I've borrowed in the past. So that's action number 5. And it says here, okay, I've already returned this book. I'm borrowing this book. sorry, the history of returning and borrowing the books. So it says here, okay, return, borrowed, and return. Yeah. Now that's all for the members. Let's log out. And to show also what happens if I enter an invalid ID. So maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It says here invalid ID. And then we can try admin if it's the first run. Now let's demonstrate the guess, which is the only action that we can perform is searching for books. So let's enter choice number 3. Search for title. Let's do learn English. And there it is, book number 11, Learn English, by the Oxford Press. Its genre, languages, and status available, meaning that it is not borrowed. And since it is not borrowed, meaning there's no due date yet. Do I want to search for another book? Let's say yes. Harry Potter. And list all of the possible books with this name in it. And do I want to search for another book? Let's say no. Guest access finish. Please register to borrow books. So this means that only members can borrow books. And that is all for the Smart Library Management System presented by our group. Let's exit the program. And that is all. Thank you.